Okay, so it's Thursday, day before check-ins. It's 8:30. It's been a long day, to say the least. Woke up heavier than would have liked to. Also woke up very early, so I've been up since about 12:30 this morning. I woke up, I checked my weight, and unfortunately, I was at 203. So, pretty much my what I was going to sleep at, that same weight, essentially. Because I fell asleep about like 9:30. But anyways, so I went right to the sauna. I was in there for 25 minutes, came out, relaxed, went back in, another 30 minutes, came out, showered, changed, came home, laid on the couch with Arlene, watched some TV, fell asleep for maybe an hour and a half, woke up, took the dogs on a walk, came back. She ate breakfast, and then we went back to the gym, and then I did the same routine again. I took my scale with me both times just to see where I was at after each sauna session. And after each, essentially, hour of sauna, I dropped about 4 pounds. 4.5 on the first one, and then a little over 5 on the second one. During that time, I wasn't drinking any liquids, but kind of just sipping on a Diet Coke. I didn't eat anything, and I know some of you are like, that's crazy. I know, it is. But I still have to make weight. So I'm not going to be drinking a bunch of water and eating a bunch of food if I have a substantial amount to drop. So it's easier if you just kind of fast. And you're probably asking, like, well, didn't you feel like terrible? I just felt tired. I don't know. I've fasted in the past, up to 72 hours. Not for a show or anything, but because I wanted to see if I could. So it's all mental at the end of the day. And bodybuilding is that to the utmost. It's mental. There's a lot of times where it's just you, your thoughts, and you have to kind of block out that little voice that's telling you just, you don't need to do this. You can stop whenever you want. I call it your inner bitch, talking to you, telling you just quit, man. Just go home, eat some food, drink some coffee, relax, take the day off. You did work hard, but it's like, no, you can push a little bit harder. And, part of my last prep, unfortunately, was kind of similar, where the day before check-ins, I woke up and I was about 12 pounds overweight. Essentially, I was only 10 pounds overweight, but you don't know the scale differential between yours and theirs, so I always play it safe and give myself 1 to 2 pounds extra to play with, just in case. Which is a good rule of thumb. So any of you that are thinking about competing and you do have a weight cap, or you're in a weight class, keep that in mind. Your scale may or may not be the exact same as their scale. So why risk that? Why get there, then just realize you're a pound and a half over? Then what? You're going to have to go leave the venue, go to sit in a sauna for a little bit, and then go back? Nah. Show up, make the weight, do your thing. You should show up without even a question if you're going to make weight or not. That should already be taken care of. The thing is like with me, I'm a freaking water buffalo. I hold water like crazy. I'll look lean, and people are like, "Oh my God, you look ready," and it's like, yeah, like there's no, like the body fat's gone, 100%. It's the water. I hold so much water. And I've gotten blood work done, got my kidneys checked. I take kidney supplements, liver supplements, all that stuff, right? And I just can't get rid of, Cheater just dropped his drink because he likes to shove his fingers in his cup to eat the ice and lost the cup. This is why we don't have nice things. But anyways, yeah, I hold water like crazy. So I have to do some extreme stuff towards the end. Make sure all the water is gone. Now, how I kind of judge that as far as if I'm going too far or not is when I start like really cramping up, right? Okay, so then at that point it starts getting kind of dicey. So I just kind of go based off of that. Once I start kind of cramping, then I know, okay, we kind of need to pull that back just a little bit because at the end of the day, we do need to get up on stage. And you don't really want to be cramping up on stage. So I go kind of based off of that. That's a good kind of indicator where you're at. Obviously, the pee is going to turn colors, okay? Mine right now is it's pretty yellow, all right? Almost apple juice looking, all right? But, bodybuilding isn't really healthy, right? Like, it's not. It's very extreme. Like, if doctors, scientists, like, if they were to talk to you and you told them what you were doing, they'd be like, that's not safe. It's like, no shit, bud. No shit. That's why I fucking do it. I like pushing that boundary. And also seeing, like, how extreme can we get, okay? And in a sport like this that is extreme, you have to do that. You have to. Well, I guess you don't have to, but if you want to be successful, you do. And all of, like, the top guys, they have that similar mentality. But, yeah, so then I went and checked in with Coach and kind of gave him the rundown. Obviously, he wasn't happy with the situation that we were in again, right? It was deja vu all over again, and it was like we went at it we did not do the same protocol. If you guys are wondering, like, did you do the same protocol and, like, expect just different results? No, we did a different one, and same results. So, again, you have to just tweak it, make modifications, change it up for next time. We have a few ideas because we're going to do USAs, but that's another reason why I wanted to do this show ahead of time, to work out some of the kinks for the big one. Okay. I would hate to have this one before the big one. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I don't mind. I do mind. I'd rather not have to do this to this extent. But I know I can do it if need be. If I need to call on that, the dark side or whatever, I can do that. But it's something I'd prefer not to. And I know you don't have to do it. So that's the thing. It's like, okay, what tweaks can we make in the next 2 weeks to prevent this from happening? Okay. Obviously, just managing water intake moving forward. Yeah, possibly just adding in more sauna on a regular basis. And then just pulling water like a little bit earlier, dropping it down earlier. Not doing as much of a water loading, but just keep my water the same and then just start pulling it from there. Because I'm one of those, you give me more, I'm going up in weight. Some people, you give them more water and they drop. And I think part of that has to do with the fact, like, if they're that hydrated. If they aren't that hydrated and their body's starting to hold like sub-Q water and they get excess water, then it flushes that out. I think that plays a role. Whereas if you're the opposite, if you're someone who is always hydrated, then excess water is just going to be excess water and your body's just it has to still process it, right? So that's kind of like my take on it. I've heard a few different coaches and competitors say what they think. And it's all kind of in the same type of realm. But, and everybody's water loading, water cutting. Some people do, some people don't. Everybody's different. But in order for me to like look my best, I have to pull a lot of water. I store a lot. And when I did go check in with coach, some of the other guys who are competing, they came in and they were checking in with him as well. And they're going through their posing routines right now and they're like pouring sweat. I go through mine right now and there's not an ounce of water coming off of me. So which means that like we're getting pretty bone dry, which is really good. So as of right now, I'm 2 pounds away from the cap. So 190 is the cap. I'm 192 as of right now. So I'm gonna eat a meal, and by meal, it's just nothing fancy. It's a little peanut butter sandwich, a Diet Coke, and then that's going to be about it for the night. I might take some Expel, okay? Probably will. It's like a little diuretic. And, I mean, obviously there's some other more powerful diuretics that we may or may not take tomorrow, the day before the show. So we might take it in the morning, depending on how I look. We might take it at nighttime, night before the show, depending on how I look. Everything right now, moving forward, it's just going to be a meal-to-meal, hour-to-hour basis and how I kind of look. So this is where peak week, when people are like, oh, what's a protocol? Depends. It depends. Anybody who who thinks that there is an exact protocol is a moron. I've even heard pros talk about, wanting an exact protocol or things like that. And they're new pros, so I guess we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But it's like, I'm not even a pro, and I've been around this sport long enough, worked with different coaches to know that peak week is never the same. Day before the show, never the same. Water intake, never the same. Diuretics, never the same. So it's always different. The body's constantly changing. So there's no cookie cutter thing to follow. Which is you know, it's kind of frustrating when you guys are watching this because you want to know, like, well, what should I do? Well, I don't know. I don't know what you should do. One, I'm not working with you, so I don't know where you're at. I don't know how your body functions. You get a coach who understands, you know, the science behind everything. Not everything, but it's hard to know everything, right? But that knows when the body starts doing this, okay, we need to do this, right? If it starts moving in this direction, we need to redirect it to go this direction. And we make this manipulation, right? If I adjust this, this should be the outcome. So there's certain principles that you just kind of pick up on, right? And a good coach knows that and understands that. And the longer a coach works with you, the better they're going to get at understanding your body. Also, it's important for you as a competitor to pay attention to what your body's doing, you know? Don't just let, you know, blind leading the blind type thing. If you've prepped before and you're switching coaches because that's the new fucking thing to do, then make sure you understand what you did do. Okay, so you can explain to the next coach. Understand what you're doing currently so you can explain that to the new coach. Don't just like walk in and just expect them just to figure it all out. You know, communication. Again, back to communication. Anyways, also going to start packing for tomorrow. We head out about noon. Check-ins are at 2. My tan is at 4. So I started packing up some of the supplements I'm going to be taking. Some of them are for post-show, okay? Such as the Revive Greens. I'm going to take that before going to bed. I'm going to take my fiber supplement. I have a hydration supplement. And then a vitamin C shot with zinc. I'll take that before going to bed also. So, because typically you're not eating the cleanest foods the day of the show. Sometimes it's kind of like junk food, candy, you know, peanut butter rice cakes. Not really junk, but, you know, in the amounts that we're eating it. And then not a lot of liquids. So you have this huge buildup. So the hydration supplement kind of just get everything going again. Okay, make sure we got all of our, you know, micronutrients in place with the greens. Get the fiber in there in case you go out to eat, which we're going to have a little dinner afterwards. So having the fiber supplement in place to help with all that. And then vitamin C and the zinc, just because the body's so depleted, like let's make sure we don't get sick, right? Because we still have to be ready to go for USA's in a couple weeks. And then on top of that, then I'm taking all my Revive supplements with me as well. So the kidney, the liver, the blood pressure, the heart. What else? Fish oil. And I believe that's it. But yeah, so I'm going to eat this meal, and then I got to send pictures in to Coach. So if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Please like. Please repost this. People are starting to enjoy these. So if you want me to keep them going, then show some love. Appreciate it. Take care. And I will try to reach out to you guys tomorrow. It'll be the day before the show. So I should have some downtime after I get tanned. Okay? But it might be kind of crazy. But I know it'll be good for you guys to see all that. All right? Questions, comments, send them to the DMs, and then I'll get to them. Okay? Thanks. Bye.